So, Liverpool 1, Arsenal 0. We should have known it was going to be a game of rugby because the manager of my football club decided to play 4 centre-backs and 3 defensive midfielders. Liverpool, on the other hand, game management was crazy, by the way, making subs before us. My manager's come out in the press conference after the game and says Saliba got injured in the warm-up, but yeah, he decided to still play him. Cheers, mate. Obviously, as you can see, we are joined by Craig Anfield Agenda. The link will be in the title. He's got a smirk and a grin and a smile on his face. A wonder strike from Szoboszlai, who absolutely locked up Martinelli, by the way. All of our best attacking options were sat on the bench for no apparent reason, but it's what it is. You must be happy, Craig. 3 wins out of 3. Not been great in them 3 games, but points on the board, mate.
No, as you said, we haven't been great in them, but today, defensively, not that you guys put a lot to us, but what we did need to do, I thought we looked really solid. Both of our fullbacks, 2 Hungarian fullbacks today on either side, Szoboszlai and Milos Kerkez, I thought in particular, they were outpaced by Martinelli and by Madueke, but I thought they stuck to their tasks and we didn't give you guys much, especially from set pieces, 8 corners, and I know how good you guys are from set pieces. So I'm really proud of my guys defensively today, Lee. But I don't mean this to sound insulting, but Arsenal fans need to wake up to Arteta. He is so defeatist in the way he sets the team up. You looked at your best there when you were behind and you actually had to start playing with the good quality players that you've said you brought off the bench, your Eze's, your Odegaards. Where's that? That's an Arsenal team that can cause damage.
Well, Eze should have started. Damon got pity minutes. Ethan didn't get a game. Yeah, the manager had used all of his window for substitution, so he throws Timber back on the pitch when he's injured. Not the first time, by the way. He did it against PSG. He's done it with Tierney. He's done it with Thomas Partey. Yeah, we had Saliba go down. Who knew? Yeah, Declan Rice tried. I thought our best player was Madueke, and I don't rate that guy one bit at all. I do not want him at my club. However, he was the only player today for me that showed a little bit of want to win. And going to Anfield, you know what you're up against. Craig, we ain't beaten you there since Mikel Arteta was in the team. Like Van Persie against Pepe Reina. You know what I'm saying? Pepe Reina's now managing Villarreal under 15s or something after just retiring. It's like, it's so annoying because I feel like we have the crux of a good team. But if your manager knows that you've got an injury to a player in a warm-up, even he's come out and says Saliba wanted to play apparently. I haven't seen... No, I'm only paraphrasing, but he said he got injured in the warm-up. I never knew that until full time, by the way. Yeah, we'll make the decision then. You just brought a defender in from Valencia. Play him. Noni Madueke, cool, fantastic play, cool, whatever. Not like I want him in the team. I would have played Damon from the get-go. Yeah, but Martinelli stayed on for 70 minutes. The guy didn't even come on until 70 minutes against Leeds. You've done it back to front, mate. Eze comes on and absolutely chefed up Szoboszlai every time he got the ball. Yeah, and it's like, it's so annoying. Verts for you there. Like the first half, I thought he was awful. But he grew into the game progressively. And Van Dijk, by the way, I just want to say this because Van Dijk gets a bad rep with our fans. Yeah, Van Dijk today, some of them passes, forget his aerial ability and his defending and all that. One pass through the middle, clean through. Yeah, last ditch tackle. Yeah, I didn't think Salah was great, but he was a threat. You know, he's a threat. He put Calafiori on baby giraffe settings. Craig, it's just annoying, man. It's like if you swap the managers around, we win the game.
So I was worried coming into this game because I've nothing but respect for that group that Arteta's put together. And I do think you've got a really good squad. But the way he puts his teams out, I'm glad I don't have to watch it. Let me say that, because Arsenal are better than Mikel Arteta is showing. You really are.
No, mate, listen, I totally agree, Craig. Yeah, let me ask you this. Who would you have picked if you was an Arsenal fan? Well, in fact, forget that. If you was putting a team together with a front 4, so a number 10, 2 wingers and a striker, out of the squad that we had available going into that game, who would you have started in the front 4?
Eze would have started the game for me, without a doubt. Now, I know obviously he's new into your team, and I do appreciate that. We have similar situation with some of ours. I thought Madueke, I agreed with you on. I did think he was one of your better players, and I also agree with you on that I wouldn't really want him in my team, but I thought that he did okay. Martinelli was shocking. He just was invisible. Gyökeres, it's hard to get a read on because, I spoke similarly about Ekitike for us. He wasn't able to hang on to the ball because he'd nobody around him when he was winning. Gyökeres had 0 service. 0. Like, I don't remember much defending we had to do from him. I think maybe Verd's got a block in once, but you played that game from your manager. By the way, this is not an insult to the players or fans. Arteta came not to lose again. And you don't win league titles by just not losing league. You've got to come and have a go. And it felt like Arsenal only opened up when they went behind, and then you looked at your most dangerous. So not for me to say who your best attackers are, but certainly Odegaard looked better when he came on. Max Dowman is a nice little battle with Kirk, as what we've seen for the few minutes. You can see the undoubted talent in that kid. He's a superstar. But yeah, it was just 5-6 big, strong players. And I was worried for set pieces. You had 8 corners. Thankfully, from our perspective, we dealt with them. But you know what I really don't like? And I'm going to be honest with you. You've got big physical players. But if they feel like they're losing a tussle, they fall to the floor. I don't like that, man. Because they're strong, big guys. And then they just go to the floor time and time again. And I don't like it. It's like football paint by numbers that Arteta's trying to play. I don't know if it's cheating or not, because, you know, everybody wants a competitive edge. But it doesn't do them any favours because they're better than it. They're good players and a good team. And I just feel like, again, I keep coming back to this with Arteta. It is the lack of trusting in his team. You know, we often talk about Pep Guardiola overthinking things. That's what I've seen again today from Mikel Arteta, trying to be too clever.
He's trying to be generational. He's trying to rewrite the game like Pep did. Pep, now everyone copies Pep. But he thinks he can do this four centre-backs playing in defence and then 3 DMs. Oh, I'm going to go with Mourinho. It's like when everyone was telling me all week, like, Lee, what do you think at Anfield? I said to you on the preview. Now, big up for the support on the preview from everyone who's watched that as well, by the way, on Anfield Agenda. Make sure you sub, because I've had a lot of good feedback in my comment section from fans of your channel.
Well. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for coming on. And yeah, it's like, I thought it'd be a draw, and it was looking like it was going to be a draw. But in the last 20 minutes, something clicked with Liverpool, and you were getting closer and it was like we were looking a bit all over the gaff. And I was like, is he going to make any subs? Yeah, then he throws Eze on. He throws Dowman on 5 minutes. Why are you bringing Dowman on for 5 minutes, mate? Yeah, he brings Odegaard on. No, Odegaard, he slows us down so much. Yeah, he looks tidy on the ball and all of this. It just slows us down. And there was a chance he had where he should have took the shot. Yeah, and it was like, if that's Ethan, he takes the shot. Yeah, it might go over the bar and go down to Goodison. But at least he's had a shot. It could cause panic, deflect, corner, whatever. Your keeper could have had a deck chair out. Yeah, and I saw Cerveza and a cigar on the go. Your goalkeeper had nothing to do today, Craig. And that's the most worrying thing.
There was one ball flew towards the back post that he flapped at. But apart from that, I don't really remember him having to do too much.
Yeah, and that's the most annoying thing for me, because it's like I look at my squad and I think, like, we've got a very good squad. But this manager is the single biggest problem. Yeah, he's so negative. Yeah, with his formations, with his tactics. He thinks he's cleverer than everyone else. And it's like, I haven't seen Arne Slot's post-match. I haven't seen Arteta's. Yeah, but I guarantee Arne Slot's come out and told the world. I guarantee it. Yeah, because he's done it with Ten Hag before. He don't rate my manager. I guarantee he has come out after that game and broken down exactly how they found a way to beat us. Fair enough, it was a screamer. It was a great free kick. But you nullified us. Gave us no space. Yeah, and even when we had a bit of time and space, it was like, okay, cool. Yeah, well, we're just... It was almost like, how do I describe it? It's almost like you were just like, yeah, cool. We know you ain't going to score unless it's a corner kind of thing. Yeah, and then you just went bang, one pass and you're clean through.
I want to read something out to you from Peter Schmeichel, because I think he nailed it. He said, it's not lived up to the expectations. You need 2 teams to go and have a good game of football, and there's only one team trying to play, and that's Liverpool. I don't want to insult Arsenal, but their brand of football is so annoying to watch. It's designed to exploit opponents while waiting for set pieces. And that's, you know, obviously a fella who has no interest in really supporting Liverpool, Peter Schmeichel.
Or
I
Arsenal.
think it's right. And I've said this to you on and off camera. I have nothing but respect for Arsenal, and I really rate the players you brought in. But the manager is the problem. And if there's any Arsenal fans that don't see that, no one's saying he hasn't brought Arsenal on. Of course he has. But he's not getting over the line. And that was reverting to type. That was cowardly football from a team that are better than that.
Oh, mate, listen, we'll end it on that. Yeah, because that was perfect. That's the fan cam title. That was cowardly from Arsenal. Craig, I love you always, my guy. Appreciate your support, your love towards me, Bless up to you and your family. Big up for the win. Cracking goal. That was the easiest game at right back Sabosla ever going to have, by the way. And yeah, listen, on to the title for you guys, man. So listen, shout your channel out. What you got coming up?
I don't know if it's onto the title or not because we've got our own stuff to sort out, and it's going to be one hell of a last 24 hours of this window. But yeah, I've got my player ratings coming up from the game. Just finished my match reaction. Of course, I'll be back on tonight, 9 o'clock, as we talk transfers. But to all of your audience as well, I want to say thank you to you for being a good friend to me on and off camera, man. It's a pleasure to get to know you, spend time with you in Spain last year as well. It was absolute legendary. And to your viewers, as always, thank you for the kind words, and I wish you nothing but the best for the season ahead. Proper club. Rivals yet, and we don't want to let each other win, but I respect Arsenal and I certainly respect your audience as well. So much love, my friend, and thank you for inviting me on.
Kind words. Make sure you sub to Anfield Agenda, link in the title. My fan cam will be out straight after this. Then Kenny, Jez, and Matty, then emergency meeting. It's a massive emergency. So make sure you tune in, guys. We're out.